What is up, everybody? We are live right now, the first ever Just Takes Five live. So yes, how awesome! How awesome is that? It's pretty sweet. So this is a little bit new. I know some of you guys won't watch this maybe till later. Some of you guys might be at football games. Some of you guys might be, I don't know, hanging out. Might be on Twitch right now. I don't know, whatever it is that you're doing. But this is kind of how it's going to work. You're going to see me doing a lot of different things here tonight. I'm going to be looking down at my phone because I'm watching myself, because that is the only way that I can look at the comments that you guys give. I'm also going to be looking at my computer over here as well. I just got the first hey from Hannah Green. So, Greeny, what's up? You are the first person on here, so shout out to you. Thank you for joining here tonight for the first ever live Just Takes Five. So since this is the first one, we're gonna do things a little different than probably what they'll be from now on whenever I do these live kind of videos or whatnot, and that's because I want to give some time for people to get on. I know that I just kind of did this at the last moment, at the last minute, probably at the last minute. That's probably what should be said. You ever? It's a little side thing there. You ever do that where you use like the wrong word, or you think you know the right word, and it's really not the right word. I tend to do that. I tend to do that all the time. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, yeah, let's think about that. What words actually do you use that are wrong? Because I have a wife who pretty much tells me that I use a lot of different words wrong all the time. So okay, anyway, let's keep going. So you know, just takes five. This here tonight, I'd love for you guys to comment, ask me some questions, comment on the video later if you watch it later. It really doesn't matter when. And this is my 12th video now. So this is our 12th video together. If you're looking at the Just Takes Five. Now, obviously, we've got a couple dad talks in there. I put up a song here or there, that type of stuff. And I have really, really enjoyed doing Just Takes Five. It has been probably one of my favorite things that I have ever done. And so I'll get into that in just a little bit. But Hannah actually asked me, "How's the new job?" So obviously, for anybody watching it, if you don't know who Hannah Green is, she is a close personal friend of ours. She was one of my former students, so she knows some more personal questions, I guess. And so one of the personal questions is, "How is the new job?" So I did post live on Facebook not too long ago, but it was under my normal account that I took a new job for the past almost 9 years. I've worked at a career tech school teaching early childhood education and loved it. Met so many awesome people. Really mastered my craft of teaching and of teaching well and making things just awesome and exciting for my students. And it was an incredible experience. And in an instant, no joke, I completely uh, changed my mind of going back and teaching this year to taking an administrator position at a different school. One of the most difficult decisions I've had to make to date, on a certain scale, right? So it was very difficult for the people that I was going to miss, the people that I wasn't going to get to see. Some of those people are some of my best friends. Actually, a couple years ago, I got to start working with one of my best friends, and I had to leave that person. I had to leave my incoming seniors because um, I, because they're going to be seniors this year, and they're not going to have Mr. Morris to watch over them and to be there. But the big thing, and I called every single one of them individually before I left to go to my new job. And the one big thing that I told them that I was so grateful that they completely understood was that I said, you know what, if I didn't follow my dream, if I didn't follow what I felt that God was telling me to do, if I didn't go after what I truly want, which is to be able to do this, to speak to the masses, to be able to travel around the world and to motivate people. And this was a good step. If I didn't do that, I would have been lying to them and to all of my students every year that I taught them. And because that's what I say to them all the time: go after your dreams, go after what you feel that you're supposed to be doing, where your passion is. And that's what I was doing, and that's difficult when you're leaving people that you love behind. That's difficult when you've got naysayers. That's difficult when you're comfortable and when you're at a place where you just, I mean, honestly, you're just one of the teachers that everybody knows, and that you could do anything, and you leave that to go to unknown territory because you want to better yourself and because you want to go after your goal? And the answer is yes, you do. And so that really doesn't answer your question. The question is, how is the new job? And the new job is absolutely wonderful. Um, I tackled this new job with a different mindset because I'm not actually in the classroom. I'm not actually teaching students, but I am working with teachers, teaching teachers. I am going after it as my ministry, as my platform for motivating teachers and students and administrators and everybody, and changing a culture and changing lives. And that is what I want to do, and that is the opportunity that I have received from taking a leap and going after a new job. And it's been wonderful. It's been great. I'd love to hear what types of things have you had to make those decisions maybe before? What types of things have happened or have you had to do in your life that has went against the grain, that has went against what everybody else said, because you know and you felt deep down in that this was exactly what you were supposed to do? I'd love to hear your comments, or shoot me an email if you see right down here at the bottom. I wonder if I'm actually pointing at that. It says our email is just takes five. That's with a five for the F. Just takes five at gmail.com. We are working on a website right now to get up. I'm also working on some merch. So if that's something that you think would be cool, I'm working on some of that different type of stuff, and would love to get that up on our website. Any of those types of things. Some of that merch might actually be housed over at one of our main supporters, which is macandmorse.com. And the funny thing about macandmorse.com is that if anybody knows me, it's actually I'm part owner of that company, and that's just the way we roll. There's still a supporter because I own half of it, and so of course we're going to support it because it's me. It's what I do. So it's pretty awesome to have that. So okay, anybody out there? I know. Do you have any other questions? Any comments? If you want to answer that last question that I just said, which was, what tough things have you had to do? Hannah says, leaving the other families for nannying to go to a brand new family to be a full time nanny, but they were all super supportive. Doesn't that make it so much easier when the people who care about you are supportive? I know for me it is, even if that's just surrounding yourself with a small group of people who are supportive. That's a great thing to be able to have. But But leaving to go nannying, that is, like you build bonds with these families, and then you have to say, I'm sorry, I got to go and be able to better myself. That's awesome, and that's a great thing for you, and bravo to you to be able to do that. So I'm going to take a drink real quick. I've got these JB's iced tea, peach and mango here. I'm gonna, sorry, get a little parched. I talk a lot, not just on here. Wait, haha, new seal. No, anyway. So I talk a lot, so I gotta wet my whistle. Good question to be out to you guys is what other type of stuff would you guys like to see? Like I said, this is our 12th episode. We have talked about uh, how to play the guitar, how to watch the Marvel MCU, about building relationships, about going after your goals, about your legacy. What is your legacy? Sound and how you can use that. We talked about quantum foam. Guys, I had to do so much research on quantum foam, which was really cool. It was a lot of fun, and so I had to do so much research on quantum foam, and then it was like piecing together the things. Like when you do research on something like that, you can easily just go into Google and be like, "Hey Google, what's quantum foam?" And then there's like 15 different things that come up. And when you research something though, you have to actually go in and look at what are the similarities, like what are the things that are true. Where did your information come from? And that's a really really good lesson to learn. For any of you out there who are writing papers for school or any of those types of things, like make sure that the information that you get is valuable and that it comes from a valuable source. If you're like, oh, well, no, I can, the War of 1812, let me tell you about it. And your source is like, your Uncle Jack that you talk to at Thanksgiving, he might not be that valuable of a source. So you might want to actually, research a little bit of that. So I do that. I do a lot of different research before I do um, what it is I do. So anyway, those are a bunch of videos. I just did a new one, right? This last video, episode 11, was about I told a story, and I had you follow along with the story and stuff. So that was really cool. It was a reflection type thing. Because we really don't do that sometimes. We really don't reflect upon ourselves or reflect upon past situations or things that have happened in our lives because we are creatures who don't like to do that. We don't like to continue to harm ourselves or hurt ourselves, although we'll continue to put ourselves in a situation that is normal to us, even if it is harming us or even if it is making us sad or whatnot, those types of things. We do, though, on the other hand, tend to flee from personal reflection because it can bring back sad memories, it can bring back heartache, it can any of those types of things. Yes, Hannah, the War of 1812 was in 1812, or was it? Hmm? Unless your Uncle Jack lived during that time. No, I'm just kidding. The War of 1812, I'm guessing, was during the War of 1812. History is one of my things that I enjoy learning about, but I don't enjoy researching about. Like, I love to watch different history films. I love to listen to people talk about different things that have happened in history. But to actually research history and read about it, ooh, gosh, it's probably not going to happen. That's also though because I'm such a visual learner. I love to learn by seeing different things. I'm also kind of a kinesthetic learner because I love to do with my hands, that type of stuff. And I've been doing a lot of different things now. So on this journey of Just Takes Five, which is really pushing up, hey, if you had five more, or if you could do something for just 5 minutes, right, like every day, because you've always wanted to learn it, or you've always wanted to do something else, like what would it be, like that type of thing. And one of the things that I do to show that is, and this would be great during these live sessions, would be just to talk about all the different things that I have learned how to do because I wanted to. A long time ago, somebody told me that they said, Courtney, they said, you can be anything and do anything you want to do if you work hard enough and you put your mind to it and you do right, like that whole type of saying thing. And so I was like, yes, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to do it all. So like recently, I've been learning how to tattoo. So I've already given a couple different tattoos. I opened up an apparel business where I do shirts and hats and all these different types of things or whatnot. I have a marketing business. I'm a published author and illustrator. In many other different hats. I just got my principal's license, and I'm a college professor, and I'm a dad, and I'm a husband, and I'm a great brother to all of my siblings, and a wonderful son, or at least I would say that they'd probably say that most of the time. Um, and really, it's just because I continue to have a lot of people who supported me and continued to push me and continued to say, uh, yeah, okay, let's try this. I give you an example. This new job that I'm at, they allow me to be an idea man. I love being an idea man. I love people bringing me opportunities to create creative solutions. I love that. I love to be able to continue to dive into things and learn something new this week to this week to this week to this week. And with what's going on in the world right now with the pandemic and all those things and a lot of online learning and that type of stuff, I get to do that every single day. I'm truly getting paid at my new job to be me. And it's wonderful. It is wonderful to get to do that. It's wonderful to be heard, and it's wonderful to have your ideas, even if they don't all turn out. It's wonderful to at least be able to give your ideas. My dad taught me a long time ago to work hard, and not to just work hard, but that wherever you are working at, that they should get everything about you, like or from you. So like for me, all wherever I work somewhere, or my family or my friends, when they get all of my talents, they get everything that I bring to the table, right? They get all of it, and that's really how we should look at things. I know a lot of people, they'll be like, oh well, my job is my job, my home is my home, and I completely understand the separation. And with some of that, it's because you need to leave work at work and you need to leave home at home sometimes. But in all honesty, do we really have time to separate it that much? Because like I love being at home. I love being with my family. I love being at my job. I love being with that family. I love talking with people and problem solving for the teachers that I advise, or for the students that I get to see every day. I love doing those same things for my kids and my spouse and my siblings and all of those different types of things. I love doing that. And why wouldn't we love doing that? Why wouldn't we love helping those around us? Because I enjoy being loved. I enjoy being loved by the people that are around me. I enjoy seeing smiles on their faces, and I enjoy bringing joy into their life. One of my biggest sayings that I always do is this idea that any conversation I have, anytime I talk to somebody, they should always either be equal or better off than before I spoke to them. If I leave a conversation and I leave them worse than where they were when they came and talked to me, what is that? What kind of a world is that we live in? We don't want that. We should be respecting that other person that we talk to, and our response is our responsibility. You guys have heard me say that before. Our response is our responsibility. I just got to help host a back to school concert. We did a virtual one this year called Urge. You should really check out Urge Ministry at urgeministries.com. It's a phenomenal thing that I've got to speak at now for the past 4 or 5 years. And it's just a wonderful back to school event that happens for the kids to get them to go back and impact the schools that they're in. Now it's Christian based. It's about going back and impacting them for Christ, but there is this other piece of this idea of what happens when we impact the people around us, and do we impact them in a good way and in the right way. And so that's a big piece of this idea of our response is our responsibility. I talked about that when I gave the message there for Urge, and so you can look that up. You can see that we did a live stream thing for that, but it's so true. How we respond to things says a lot about our character and a lot about who we are. And so you have to think about that. So when you have this conversation with somebody, and when you respond to them, are you responding in a way that leaves them better off than when they came to see you in the first place? Because if not, man, gosh, that breaks my heart. It would really kill me if I put out a video or I have a conversation with one of you, whether it be in the comments or whether it be on video or through email or whatnot, and you were worse off after you got done talking to me. What type of conversation is that? What type of person am I if that happens? Typically when we make somebody feel worse, it's because we don't feel good enough about ourselves. And I already told you guys at the beginning, and I'm not saying this to be cocky, but I love myself. I feel that I'm a rock star because all of these people who support me have told me that as well. When I teach early childhood, I talk about this idea of child development where if somebody is told that they are um, ugly since the day they were born, or they're told that they were stupid since the day they were born, they're going to believe that. They're going to internalize that. They're going to believe that. And I am living proof of the opposite of that. That when you're surrounded by supportive people who tell you that you're wonderful and awesome and loved and you bring joy into people's lives, you believe that. And so that's what Just Takes Five is really about. It's it, it's really about having and starting a conversation with people. It's about inspiring people to go and do the things that they're passionate about and the things that they want to do. It's about understanding that if we're going to succeed, we have to at least take that first step to get there. That's what Just Takes Five is about. It's about taking 5 minutes, 5 minutes a day to get your joy on, 5 minutes a day to be able to dive into your passion, whatever that might be. You want to write a book, 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day. You want to be a better artist, 5 minutes a day. Draw. I used to draw on things all the time. Napkins. I draw on napkins when I was out to eat. I would draw on just everything. You want to be better at something? 5 minutes a day. You want to have a better relationship with your spouse, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, whatever it is, with your parents? 5 minutes a day. Make a logical effort to go and for 5 minutes a day, go and do those things. That's what Just Takes Five is about. Yeah, it's fun. It's silly. We talk about a whole bunch of different things, but it's truly about you. It's truly about inspiring you to finally say, you know what? I'm going to move. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to dive deep. I'm going to try hard. I'm going to start with just 5 minutes. Because if I can do 5 minutes, guess what? The next day I can do 6 minutes. Eventually I can do seven, and then into 10, 15, a half an hour, an hour. Because when it's your passion, you will do anything to get back to that. You will do anything to feel just the way you did when you were able to do it for 5 minutes, when you were able to do it for 6 minutes. You will do whatever you can to get back to that spot. And so that's what this is about. And so I know this is our first live event. And here's the great thing about it. I'm just going to say this, right? If you're new to my channel, if you are one of my first subscribers, it doesn't matter. If you go through and you look at the videos, some of the videos, maybe they have over 100 views. Some of them, maybe they have 30 or 40. I think I have 36 subscribers right now. It doesn't matter. Because if 36 people see those videos and they go out and the things that they learn in that video or the things that they experience or it pushes them to be motivated and they go out and they share that with 36 other people, then guys, we've got 72 people now that are just taking 5 minutes or experiencing something or following their passion or going after their goal or whatever it might be. And if those people tell one more person, they tell one more person, they tell one more person, then we've done exactly what I want this channel to do. I don't care to be famous. I don't care to have this pay my bills. I've been blessed. This channel is about passion, joy, experience, and motivating you to get to that place that you need and want to get to in order to enjoy your everyday. Because it saddens me to see people walking around waiting for that next awesome thing to come along instead of going and grabbing it themselves. Come take it. Take that first step. Take 5 minutes a day. Post a comment. Shoot me an email. Let me know what it is that you're succeeding at. You can follow us on Instagram, Just Takes Five. Getting ready to start a new TikTok, or you can follow my TikTok. It's Courtney Morris. Look it up. Subscribe here to this channel. Send out the videos to people you think need to hear it. Let's start building this family, one person at a time. Until we've got so many family members, man, we have to build a bigger house, huh? Thank you guys for listening tonight. Thank you for listening whenever you listen to it. Come on back and let's do this again. We'll do some more live events. You guys are awesome. I love you guys so much. I'm going to have to end it. So you're going to see me stand up because I actually have to go over and end it, which is kind of crazy because it's clear over there. And I don't have an assistant. So, but I do love you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. And we'll talk soon. Peace.